Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls of all ages. Welcome back to another World of Tanks replay with your host, Great Taz. Now let's get this show on the road in 3, 2, 1, roll out. Hello everyone, Great Taz here once again with another World of Tanks replay. Today we're going to be watching again myself, and I'm going to be playing in the T-34-2G-FT, and as like everybody likes to call it, the FT stands for fake tank. So, and we are on Lakeville. It was Lakeville, but for some reason it wouldn't come to my mind. I go, what? Anyways, as you can see, there's a Nash 4 already spotted, and we're going to, get bumped by someone and all kinds of thing, and take a quick snapshot and not see where the snapshot goes. I'm not quite sure who the jerk or fool was that ran into me, but it is what it is. So overall, Lakeville is a very interesting map. It's one of the maps that got a little bit of changes, but the changes all happened on the Valley Pass, the 1-2 line. They made it where both sides can get up to that rock where the Chaffee is right now in the minimap. And with that change, it allowed a little bit easier a fight when it comes to the valley. And a little more equal, because the north side had a major advantage when it was the old way with that, so that they could actually be able to get up their spot and not have to worry about being attacked. You could, unless you were right below it and proxy spotting them, there was a bush up there that you couldn't be spotted through, so it helped out that line a lot. So as you can see here, in this TD here, we are rushing into the town. The town has already been overtaken by our team, as you can see here, and we're already equal a 2 for 2, but we're down 2,000 hit points. So that just means that there's a lot more snipers on the enemy team. As you can see here, not 100% quite sure what I am doing. I'm trying to get into a position where I can see where the Nashorn last was, so in case it's spotted, I can take a quick pop shot. As you can see, I do take a blind shot in hopes that maybe the Nashorn is still there, but it does drop low, as if you notice the little splash into the ground or the cliff across the way. There we lose another tank, and trying to move around through here, move into spots where I can get shots, but then not get shot in the side. And being shot in the side would be a bad thing. As you can see here, the Type 58 is moving around and doing stuff. And going down this alley is really hard to get shots in without being shot. As you can see here, I am in a position to be getting shot at. I don't get any shots at him. Do see the Nashorn. He is damaged. I'm not sure if I actually got any damage on him. Nashorn is now dead. We're going to get the shot in on the Dicker Max, and that is the first shot that actually World of Tanks is picking up that we did. So right there, we just took out 3 more major tanks. I'm still getting shot at, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's the best move is when you see splashes around your tank, is to back up and change positions a little bit, because it means you might possibly still be spotted. It's not a guarantee, but it's quite a possibility. As you can see here, I come around the other corner in hopes to get some shots on the T-78. Now, the bad move about this, which it doesn't really affect me, as you can see right here, the aim time on this thing is kind of slow, so it does make it hard. The bad spot where I am at is I'm on my left side is completely open. I am open to all attacks from all in the A and B4 area and C4 areas. So I'm way open and defensive. I stop and think about this for a minute and go look at the minimap and like, yeah, this is not the greatest or the smartest position to be in. So I do hightail it out of there. Now you can see there's still a bunch of unspotted tanks on the minimap, and there's 2 Hellcats that haven't been spotted at all. So my theory is to get my butt into a position where I'm not as easily spotted. I am a tank destroyer. I don't have major amounts of armor. There is decent armor in the front of this tank, but on the sides it's very weak. And that's the way the tank was, you know, designed, with a heavy slope in the front, mediums armor pretty much all the way around. As you can see here, I'm trying to get shots. I do get some spotting damage into the CS, which is kind of weird. There I take a shot at the Hellcat. My Sixth Sense hasn't come up, so I'm pretty sure I'm not spotted, because in other words, I would have had to been spotted this whole stinking time. So I take another quick shot there in attempts to, you know, maybe hit the Hellcat, because I did hit him. I did get a critical damage, but I don't know what it was. There's the other Hellcat, as you can see across the way, which is kind of weird. I do here get spotted. As you can see, that Hellcat was already looking at me before I can even shoot. He's already looking at me, like he already knew where I was. Like I've been spotted for like a whole minute prior to that. And this 3 seconds for the spot to go off, the spot notification. So it's kind of a little weird that he was able to be aiming at me, aimed, and shoot me all in the amount of time. He was aiming at me before he was even spotted. So aim at me, shoot, and hit, and my spot thing go off way before that. There we got the other Hellcat. Gonna take a shot. Gonna take him out completely with a quick snapshot there as he was moving. Don't know if I'm spotted. I'm still worrying about the simple fact that he might have spotted me. Now the Sixth Sense didn't go off, and we do have the RHM and the VK2801 coming up through the 4 line there, the Lake Ridge Road, I guess. And I'm still just trying to stay hidden for the extra point in time. As you can see there is the AC-48. Again, the aim time on this thing is pretty bad. The blind shot we shot at the Hellcat didn't do anything, but this one definitely will. He is definitely completely there. He has not moving, so another snapshot right into that spot will definitely make it where he is completely gone. And that's exactly what I do, is I take that extra shot. Now the bushes in some spots on some maps are kind of weird, and this is going to be one of those. I am going to be somehow spotted going over this way without actually going beyond a bush. So the bush rendering's a little weird. Sometimes the underneath of bushes, as you can see there, the 48 is moving away. Not quite sure who spotted him, but if you look and watch, I back up. He fires at me. I'm pretty sure that was a fire at me, not the RHM. And there he fires again at my location. So yes, it's the only bush that's over here, but also on the other side. Why would he shot at me before I was even spotted if for some reason I wasn't spotted and the game again wasn't telling me? Here again, the AC's trying to go up. We fire at him, do not hit. He's going charging after the RHM, which does track him. Now the RHM does play Ring Around the Rosie here as we take shots. I'm hoping the RHM can give me a chance to get a good side shot. I want a full broadside shot like that one right there, so I'm a guaranteed pen. He does, and we get it, and he does spot us. And right there, they take out the AMX M445, ending up in a victory through tanks killed. So that's the battle itself. Let's run over to Watt Replays and see how wattrecords.com to see how everything came out. Here we are at wattrecords.com. As you can see, this was a first class badge. Now, during the holiday season, I didn't get a lot of really decent battles because during the holiday season, there's a lot of players that are playing World of Tanks once again. And it does bring a lot of old players back. It does bring in a lot of new players. But what you have in that whole thing is a lot of very unskillful, unknowledged players just running out and, hey, watch, I'm in a tank. I'm not going to get destroyed. Bam, 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 bam. 3 shots, they're dead out in the middle of the open. And then you get 3 or 4 of those on a team, and then you're already down 3 players to none, 3 kills, 4 kills to none, and you got to fight to bring it back. And a lot of times that's really hard to do, especially since World Gaming has made World of Tanks a very fast-paced game. It's become a very fast-paced game. So overall, I didn't get much special out of this. I just thought it was a good game to kind of show some of the mechanics of how bushes are a little weird, how spotting mechanic is still a little weird in World of Tanks. It works as a pinging system, so you send out a ping every so often. It's like every second or something, or every so many microseconds, and so does the enemy. So you may actually be able to cross a small gap, possibly, again, quote unquote, possibly go through a little gap and never be spotted because their vision ping doesn't go out while you're crossing. More than likely that doesn't happen, but there is a very, very slim chance of that possibly happening. So over turn, you sometimes don't get spotted. Sometimes you get spotted even though you and an enemy are in complete open space, that you will get spotted before the enemy gets spotted, even with exact crews, exact tanks, exact equipment, that you will get spotted before the enemy tank gets spotted. Just that microsecond before, because his ping goes out before your ping of spotting goes out. It's how they work the system for spotting. It's a little iffy, but in a game like this, is something that's kind of has to be done, I guess. If they centralize the view ping or the spotting ping at the same point for every vehicle, it would be different because then everything would be simultaneous. You'd still have those chances to get through those little gaps without being spotted if you're in a really fast tank, but it would turn around in the effect of making it where both players are spotted simultaneously if they're wearing the same exact equipment, same exact crew, same exact tank with the same exact equipment, with the same exact skills on their crew and skill levels. So that, I think it would even up the playing field a little bit more. Now, for them to figure something out like that, that would be great. Also, on another side, there are some portions of bushes that are not completely, that don't completely work. Fisherman's Bay is one of them. The bushes that are in the center, the tops, the very tops of them. So if you look at the bush and say, just using numbers, it's 1 inch tall. Only 3/4 from the ground up works. And then there's a 1/16 of an inch on the very bottom that you can see through. So there is a whole bunch of spacing that's not working with those bushes. I think the bushes should be technically a little bit bushier, so they're so bushy they actually touch the ground, so that from the ground up, maybe using like inches that a very 32nd of an inch into the ground is considered bush, and then everything all the way up to the top of the bush, unless it gets like a really fine a dead like tree bush, should be considered rendered and set up so that it acts like a bush. But the ones it's a known issue. Multiple tags have been put out about it, and only God and Wargaming knows if they're ever going to do anything about those bushes in Fisherman's Bay. There's been videos sent right to the dev saying, look, this tank is sitting at this location, viewing at this point, or this tank is moving up here like this and is getting spotted through this portion. But as you can see, there's technically none of his tank visible. So there are people out there testing all these little things and sending in tickets. It's just a matter of Wargaming actually acting on these tickets. And as we know, Wargaming sometimes likes to ignore what their customers say, as the experimental equipment at the time of this recording is coming out, and it's been a big no. Nobody wants it. Hardly anybody wants the experimental equipment, but yet Wargaming is still bringing it out. So back to what we were talking about. Anyway, sorry I'm not that ramble. I got a first class badge overall, which is not bad, and I got fire for effect. It was a 4,000 WN8 game. It's a little on the lower side of my good WN8 games. As you can see here, we spotted 3 tanks overall. We damaged 4. We did 4 different criticals and damaged 5 tanks. That's kind of funny that I got assistant damage. I didn't spot anybody, but I got assistant damage from 3 different tanks. And then we destroyed 2. As you can see here, 2,364 damage. That first class badge came from the 926 base experience. Now I'm going to say probably around 1,100 is going to be the point for on the North American server for the T-34-2G fake tank to get ace. I haven't got there because of the slow reroll, and as you can see, the slow aiming on this tank makes it hard. This is a very TD that has to sit in a position and just sit there and hope that people come to it. It's not a very mobile tank destroyer platform. Overall, this is 16 shots fired. 9 of them did hit. I did have 7 pens out of those 9. 0 were splash damage. I did 2,364 damage. Of that, roughly 900 was from under 300 meters. Received 1 hit, which did penetrate. You can see no splash, no penetrating shots hit me. I didn't block anything. Of course, ignore the ally stuff. I didn't spot anybody. I did 5 damage to tanks, damaged 5 tanks, and destroyed 2. I had 389 assistant damage, traveled roughly 2.12 kilometers. This distance traveled is in meters, so not meters, but kilometers. So this is 120 meters. It was with a premium count, so roughly about just shy of 40,000. And then personal reserves went roughly shy of 20,000, which is nice. Got 58, roughly almost 59,000. And then spent roughly about 18,000. So got 40,000 overall. Experience, that was 1389. It was a 4-time, so this was around the Martin Luther King, I believe the Martin Luther King holiday in North America, or the one before that. No, it wasn't New Year's, it was Martin Luther King. So I got a personal reserve bonus, and then I was running personal reserves, trying to get more credit, more experience to burn through these stuff. So I got a 6,250. So 6,250 going right into the tank to help grind into the tier 8 TD. Overall, the battle was honestly, I like 8-minute battles are really pretty good battles to me. I think, like I said, 5 to 10, 5 being the shortest time. I've had battles where they're done in like 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 minutes. It's just because your team goes rushing out and just bang, 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 bang. The enemy team, literally everybody on the enemy team has a plus 25 RNG, and your whole team has a negative 25. So there's a 50% difference in there. Your team can't hit the broadside of the barn if they had the barrel pointed through it or in it, on it. And the enemy team could hit the broadside of the barn from, 3,000 miles away. So it's just one of those things. And all theirs were hitting ammo racks and doing massive damage and stuff like that. So overall, it was an overall decent battle. And I just said overall 3 times now. So let's try to stop that one. But if you liked this video, please scroll down and click that like button. There's also a second way. If you go follow the link that's in the description, it'll bring you right to this page. If you're not signed on, you might have to sign in right here. There'll be a login portion, and it does like anything else when it comes to World Tank Association. It goes over there and asks you to click a button saying you have a World of Tanks account, and then it'll bring you back to the page. And there'll be a thumbs up either here where my mouse is, or right there. There'll be a thumbs down. You can click that there. Comments are very well welcome. I want to know how you like these videos. So please do comment on the videos. It helps me out a lot. Also, you can comment on wattrecords.com right down here below. That does help me. All these comments help me. I do take criticism. I'm not looking for stuff to say, hey, you're a total piece of dog poop, uninstall. That's just being nasty. So don't do that stuff. Don't do that stuff to anybody. It's not nice. Also, if you're not subscribed, please take a moment, scroll down below also while you're down there clicking that like button to click that subscription button, because maybe YouTube unsubscribed you. And if you want to get the stuff and see the stuff that I do, and if you want to see everything that I put up on his channel, make sure you click that notification bell. By doing that, you'll get two options. You'll get personalized and you'll get all. If you change that from personalized to all, you will get notifications for every video that I upload here on the channel, whether it be World of Tanks, Minecraft, game reviews, or just some random stuff that I do every once in a while here and post on the channel. So with that, folks, I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm Great Taz. Maybe I'll see you on the battlefield.